High in the Song Mountains of China, where stone paths wind through centuries and silence speaks louder than war drums, stands a temple unlike any other. Here, warrior monks rise before the sun, move like wind, strike like lightning, and bow before falling leaves. This is the world of the Shaolin Monks, disciples of peace, masters of war, the soul of Chinese martial arts, and the keepers of a legacy that reshaped not just combat, but culture. This is March Through History. The Shaolin Temple was founded in the 5th century CE, but it was a wandering Indian monk named Bodhidharma who changed its fate. He found the monks devoted in spirit, but weak in body. So he introduced a path of balance, meditation for the mind and movement for the flesh. From this fusion was born a new kind of training, both spiritual and martial, a discipline where prayer met power, stillness gave rise to motion, and Shaolin Kung Fu began to take form. To walk the path of Shaolin is to choose the extreme. Training begins at age 5. Every day begins before sunrise with silent meditation, breathing rituals, and Qigong to awaken inner energy. Then come the drills. Horse stance for hours, legs trembling like branches in the wind. Punches thrown until knuckles bleed, then bandaged and thrown again. Balance exercises on poles or rooftops. Full splits between stone walls, bodies bent like bowstrings. Weight training with jars of water, logs, or iron rings. They strike sandbags, wood, stone, until their bodies are iron and their nerves like water. This is not cruelty. It is transformation. They do not train to defeat others. They train to conquer themselves. Shaolin Kung Fu draws from the natural world. The tiger, brutal and direct. The crane, graceful, defensive. The snake, fluid, precise. The dragon, mystical and internal. The monkey, playful but deadly. Weapons are taught too. The staff, the spear, the straight sword, the hook swords, even the chain whip. But mastery isn't in the weapon, it's in the discipline. The breath, the intent. Because in Shaolin philosophy, the greatest warrior is the one who never draws his blade. Across China, martial arts are not just systems of combat. They are culture, they are medicine, they are life. In the north, fighters leap with long-range kicks and aerial strikes. In the south, power is compact, stances are low, the strikes direct. From schools to temples, from families to villages, martial arts were passed like sacred fire, generation to generation. Shaolin stands at the heart of this world. But it is only one flame in a vast constellation. From Wing Chun to Hung Gar, from Tai Chi to Baji Quan, Chinese martial arts are not just styles. They are philosophies, ways of thinking, moving, living. Though rooted in peace, the Shaolin monks were not spared from conflict. In the 7th century, 13 monks helped save the future Tang emperor, earning imperial favor. Centuries later, they faced pirates, rebels, and warlords. The temple was destroyed more than once. Some monks died defending it, others scattered, carrying Shaolin teachings across China. Legends followed them. Monks who walked across rice paper without tearing it. Masters who could balance on one finger. A warrior who meditated until moss grew on his robe. Now, were they real? Maybe. But truth is not always in the details. It's in the legacy they left behind. Today, Shaolin is no ruin. It has returned. stronger, louder, global. Tens of thousands of students now train under its name. Some seek discipline, others seek fame. Tourists arrive daily. The temple performs worldwide, jaw-dropping feats on global stages. And yet, within the temple walls, the same rituals endure: meditation, discipline, simplicity. Shaolin is not a museum. It is living history, still being written by every monk who bows before the altar each morning. Shaolin's legacy didn't stop at temple gates. It crossed borders, into books, into movies, into dreams. In the 20th century, Chinese martial arts exploded into global pop culture. Wuxia films brought flying swordsmen and noble warriors to the screen. Kung Fu cinema became a global wave, especially in the 70s and 80s. At the center of that wave was one man, Bruce Lee. He wasn't a Shaolin monk, but his soul carried that fire. Bruce brought martial arts to the West not just as action, but as philosophy. He questioned tradition, broke barriers, and created his own path. Jeet Kune Do, the way of the intercepting fist. With his speed, power, and insight, he became the most iconic martial artist in history. A modern monk, a rebel philosopher, a legend in his own right. Shaolin monks do not seek fame. They do not post their battles or flaunt their scars. They live simply, devoted to balance, breath, and self-mastery. And yet their influence is everywhere. In every dojo, every fight scene, every breath of every martial artist who seeks something more. Because Shaolin was never about violence. It was about transformation. Would you like us to dive deeper into the legend of Bruce Lee, to explore his life, his battles, and how he revolutionized martial arts forever? Or shall we travel even further back, to the ancient Indian martial arts like Kalaripayattu, Silambam, and Vajramushti, the very roots from which Shaolin may have grown? Let us know in the comments below. This is March Through History. Subscribe for more stories of warriors, weapons, and the world they fought in.